Can you imagine lugging around something the size of a table just to hear? Local audiologist Dr. Gnewikow takes us back in history to start with the earliest device for hearing better. Check it out.
This was the first hearing aid, and it actually works because it changes the resonance of the cavity in which the signal's arriving. When we figured that out, the next thing was the cow horn, and that's what Beethoven used. You know, he had a severe hearing impairment. And then as we got a little more sophisticated, we got into vacuum tubes in the 1900s, so the hearing aid was the size of a table. And then we got into transistors, and they were kind of like a box and got smaller and smaller until we got the very miniaturized printed circuits we have now, so that hearing aids are very, very tiny. Initially, hearing aids were basically amplifiers, and the bottom line is they are still amplifiers. But we couldn't do very much with them. The patient would have to set the volume, and hopefully it wouldn't squeal in their ear. And if it weren't adjusted exactly right, then a lot of times they would not be getting the optimum word understanding that they could have been getting. So as digital processing has taken over hearing aids, just like it's taken over everything else, there's a lot of things that we can do now. For example, hearing aids now can be made to be automatic, which means the patient is no longer required to set the volume. The audiologist can do that, and it's much like setting prescription for glasses. And once we get that prescription set, most people don't really have to do much except basically put it in their ear, and as sounds get louder, it will soften, or as sounds get softer, it'll get louder. Hearing aids are now programmable in the sense that we can amplify different frequencies to different degrees. So some sounds can be amplified more than others. It's the basic principle of an equalizer on a stereo, if you understand that, where you have the little sliders. So in the high frequencies we could give them more, and the low frequencies we could give them less. Big advantage is that hearing aids don't have to be replaced as often as glasses. When your prescription on your glasses changes, you have to change the whole system, but with hearing aids you don't. Another innovation that I think has been very helpful is utilizing more than one microphone on a hearing aid. Initially there was one mic, it picked up everything in the room equally. But now we can use directional beams on hearing aids so that I can face you and you will be louder than the other noises in the room. And that's very helpful. Everyone is concerned with hearing aids whistling. I don't want to get a hearing aid because it's going to squeal. We now have feedback algorithms which can basically sense the feedback and immediately adjust the hearing aid to shut that down. Bluetooth is revolutionizing hearing aids in many ways. In fact, under my tie, discreetly hidden, is a Bluetooth streamer. So if I get a call on my telephone, I don't have to take it off of my belt anymore. I simply touch the streamer and I carry on a conversation through my hearing aids. And I think that's very helpful as well. So a lot of things have changed. And the bottom line is still the same. A hearing aid is not a miraculous event. A hearing aid is an aid. It doesn't restore your hearing to what nature did originally. Once your God-given hearing is gone, it's gone. But hearing aids do a great deal to enhance the hearing that you have left. And so no matter how good the technology is, there's still going to be some areas that patients will have difficulty in. And so I think getting hearing aids with better technology allows us to fill in some of these gaps. But people need to realize that it's not the magic bullet sometimes people think it is. We can't eliminate the background noise. It does take some effort, just like contact lenses would or bifocals. And the people that seem to do the best with hearing aids, regardless of the technology, are people that tend to put them on and use them on a very, very regular basis, so that your hearing aid can essentially your brain can essentially reprogram itself, just like we reprogram the hearing aids. And after several months of wearing a hearing aid, what used to seem a little unnatural when they first started hearing frequencies to which they were unaccustomed suddenly becomes very natural to them. The people that utilize hearing aids only when they think they need them are generally the people that do not do as well. So the bottom line is technology has changed dramatically, and it will change further. But you still will not have anything that will totally remedy the hearing loss. And what's between the two ears is probably the best technology that we have.
And to find out more about hearing aids in general, you can always call Audiology Hearing Aid Associates. They have two area locations, one on Langhorne Road, 434-528-4245. Also online at Digital Hearing for You. They also have a location on Main Street in Danville. Their phone number, 434-799-6288. And still ahead, celebrating life in the golden years. Details next.